The Curse of Thornwood Mansion. The old mansion stood ominously at the edge of town, its once grand facade now cloaked in ivy. A reclusive millionaire, Mr. Thornwood, owned the sprawling estate, rarely seen by the townsfolk. "Do you really think we'll find anything?" Claire whispered as they approached the creaking gate. Ben shrugged, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Only one way to find out. One summer evening, a group of teenage sleuths, Amy, Ben, Claire, and David, decided to explore the mysteries of Thornwood Mansion. Rumors of strange occurrences had piqued their curiosity. They slipped through the gate, its rusted hinges groaning in protest. The overgrown path led them to the massive front doors, which stood ajar as if inviting them inside. Inside, the air was musty, filled with the scent of decay and old wood. Shadows danced along the walls, cast by the dim light filtering through dusty windows. "This place gives me the creeps," David muttered. Amy, the bravest of the group, led the way, her flashlight cutting through the darkness. "Stay close," she instructed. They entered the grand foyer, its marble floors cracked and worn. A massive chandelier hung overhead, swaying gently despite the lack of breeze, adding to the eerie atmosphere. "Look at this," Ben said, pointing to a portrait of Mr. Thornwood. His eyes seemed to follow them, a sinister smile playing on his lips. "He looks almost alive," Claire shivered. They ventured deeper into the mansion, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. "What's that noise?" David asked, pausing to listen. A faint whisper seemed to come from the walls. "Let's check the library," Amy suggested. They found the room easily, its towering bookshelves filled with ancient tomes. Dust motes floated in the air like tiny specters. "There's something off about this place," Claire said, running her fingers over a dusty book. Suddenly, a bookcase creaked open, revealing a hidden passageway behind it. "Whoa, secret passages," Ben exclaimed. Without hesitation, they entered the narrow corridor, their flashlights flickering as they descended into the mansion's bowels. The passage was damp and cold, the walls lined with cobwebs. "This feels like a bad idea," David said, but Amy pressed on, determined to uncover the mansion's secrets. At the end of the passage, they found a heavy wooden door. "Do we open it?" Claire asked, her voice trembling. Amy nodded, pushing the door open with effort. The room beyond was vast, filled with strange artifacts. "What is this place?" Ben wondered aloud. Claire's eyes widened as she spotted a glass case containing a blackened skull. Suddenly, a ghostly figure materialized, its eyes glowing with malevolence. "Who dares disturb my sanctuary?" the spirit hissed. The teens froze, terror gripping their hearts. "These must be cursed artifacts," David guessed. "I've read about this kind of stuff." Amy's flashlight beam landed on an old journal. "Let's see what we can find out." The journal belonged to Mr. Thornwood, detailing his obsession with the occult and the dark rituals he performed. "This guy was seriously twisted," Ben commented. As they read, the temperature in the room dropped. A cold breeze rustled the pages of the journal. "I think we're not alone," Claire whispered, her breath visible in the air. "Run," Amy shouted, snapping them out of their stupor. They fled the chamber, the spirit's chilling laughter echoing behind them. The passage seemed to stretch endlessly. They burst back into the library, slamming the hidden door shut. "What was that?" David panted. "A spirit, bound to the cursed artifacts," Amy said, her mind racing. "We need to find a way to stop it," Claire urged. "Or it'll trap us here forever." Ben nodded, already flipping through the journal for answers. "There's got to be a way." The journal mentioned a hidden chamber beneath the mansion, where the spirit was bound by a powerful curse. "If we destroy the artifact binding it, we might be able to free it," Amy said. "But how do we find this hidden chamber?" David asked. "There must be a clue somewhere," Ben replied. They scoured the library, looking for anything that could guide them. Claire found a map tucked inside an ancient book. "This shows a secret stairway in the kitchen," she said. They hurried to the kitchen, hoping the map would lead them to the chamber. The kitchen was in ruins, but they found the hidden stairway behind a pantry. "Here goes nothing," Ben said, leading the way down the spiral staircase. The air grew colder as they descended. At the bottom, they found a stone door marked with strange symbols. "This must be it," Amy said, her voice echoing in the confined space. With great effort, they pushed the door open. Inside, they found the hidden chamber, its walls lined with shelves holding more cursed artifacts. In the center was a pedestal. On the pedestal sat an ornate box. "That must be the artifact binding the spirit," Claire said. As they approached, the ghostly figure reappeared, more furious than before. "You cannot destroy my power," the spirit shrieked. The teens hesitated, fear paralyzing them. "We have to do this," Amy said firmly, stepping forward with the journal. "Find the way to break the curse," she ordered, thrusting the journal into Ben's hands. He flipped through the pages, searching for the ritual that could set them free. The spirit lunged at them, but David and Claire held it at bay with a hastily drawn circle of salt. "Hurry, Ben," Claire yelled as the spirit's force grew stronger. "Got it," Ben shouted. "We need to recite this incantation and smash the artifact." Amy grabbed the box, and they began chanting together, their voices shaking. The spirit howled in fury, but the words of the incantation seemed to weaken it. As they finished the chant, Amy raised the box high and brought it crashing down. The box shattered, and a blinding light filled the chamber. The spirit let out one last wail before dissolving into the light, leaving behind a heavy silence. The teens stood there, breathing hard. "Is it over?" David asked. Amy nodded, dropping the broken pieces of the box. "I think we did it. The curse is broken." They made their way back up the stairs, the oppressive feeling of the mansion lifting with each step. "I can't believe we actually did it," Claire said, relief washing over her. In the foyer, they were greeted by a warm breeze. The chandelier was still, and the eerie whispers had vanished. The mansion seemed almost peaceful now. "We should leave before anything else happens," Ben suggested. They agreed, making their way out of the mansion and back into the safety of the night. As they walked home, the reality of their adventure sank in. "We just faced a malevolent spirit and won," David said, shaking his head in disbelief. "Unbelievable." "It took all of us to make it happen," Amy said. "We couldn't have done it without each other." The bond between them felt stronger, forged in the heat of their shared ordeal. The next day, they gathered at their favorite hangout, recounting their adventure. "Think anyone will believe us?" Claire asked. "Probably not," Ben replied with a grin. "What do we do with it?" Claire asked. "I think we should keep it as a reminder of our adventure," Amy suggested. They all nodded, agreeing to keep the key safe. "But we know the truth," Amy said. "And that's enough." They all agreed, feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had faced their fears and emerged victorious. Weeks passed, and the story of Thornwood Mansion became just another legend in their small town. The teens returned to their normal lives, but their bond remained unbreakable. One afternoon, a letter arrived for Amy. It was from Mr. Thornwood, thanking them for freeing his spirit. "He was the ghost?" Ben exclaimed. "I guess so," Amy said, stunned. The letter included a key to the mansion. "It's yours now," it read. "Use it wisely." The teens stared at the key, their minds racing with possibilities. The mansion became a place of mystery and memories for them, a symbol of their courage and friendship. They often visited, exploring its halls and reliving their adventure. Though the mansion was no longer haunted, it still held secrets waiting to be uncovered. And the teenage sleuths were always ready for their next adventure. They decided to turn the mansion into a clubhouse, a place where they could meet and plan their future escapades. It became a haven for their imaginations and dreams. As the years went by, they remained close friends, bound by their extraordinary experience. The mansion stood as a testament to their bravery and unity. Their adventure at Thornwood Mansion taught them valuable lessons about courage, curiosity, and the power of friendship. They knew they could face any challenge together. Do you think there are other mysteries out there waiting for us? David asked one day. Absolutely, Amy replied with a smile. And we'll be ready for them. They continued their sleuthing, solving mysteries big and small, each adventure strengthening their bond. They became local legends, known for their bravery and wit. The mansion, once a place of fear, was now a beacon of hope and excitement. It stood as a reminder that darkness can be overcome by light and fear by courage. The teens grew into confident young adults, their experiences shaping their futures. They pursued their dreams with the same determination that had freed the mansion from its curse. Thornwood Mansion remained a central part of their lives, a place of memories and new beginnings. They often returned, reminiscing about their first big adventure. Their story spread, inspiring others to face their fears and seek the truth. The legend of the teenage sleuths of Thornwood Mansion became a cherished tale in their town. And so, the mansion stood, not as a haunted relic, but as a monument to bravery, friendship, and the enduring power of light over darkness. The end.